Yo, the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Ant Smash Productions or its affiliates.
Finally TV.
I struggle with addiction and alcoholism, so
This is an ugly nigga, bro.
How you feel your boy's soul got sucked, boss?
the tide
Creating the demise of humanity.
could be
Booga booga doo, nigga.
It's hard work, man, like you said, but he says, good looks, my nigga. I'm like, nah, I said, do me a favor, make sure you never call me that.
What's going on, y'all? It's your man Smash coming at you with another episode of Smash Cast Live.
Another
Episode
one.
43. Either 42 or 43, I can't remember.
Wow, you guys have a lot of episodes, huh?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's
Wow,
like,
okay.
don't even bother plugging in your shit. This ain't gonna be out, but this will be out way after all that, bro. I mean, plugging in the dates and shit.
Oh yeah,
But,
yeah. No, I know what you're
Yeah,
saying. I know what you're
we
saying.
got the backlog, bro. We here with another guest, bro. A dude, I've known him for a little bit, bro. He helped me out in the beginning of my comedy start, bro. And he's known throughout the fucking You are well known, right? Yeah, people know him. We seen each other on set the other day, bro.
They making movies together.
They call me the
Show.
Renaissance artist.
Show, not
Not that kind of movie. Not that kind of
Wait a
movie.
minute. Wait a minute.
Nah, the kind you get paid for. Wait, not that kind of movie. Not that kind of movie. Nah, but you know what I'm saying.
Word.
Shit.
Yeah. Myael Simpkins, how you doing?
Yeah,
man?
what's up? How you guys doing? We're chilling here with Ann and Isaac, just having a good time. We're in my studio here, you know, listening to some beats and just having a good time. I'm really excited to be on this program with you guys. A little bit of the podcast, the video, and everything. It's cool. It's cool. I've been watching what you guys are doing. I saw you interview Tanisha and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, that's fire. That's
Shouts
fire.
out to Nisha.
Yeah,
Everybody
she's cool
fucking
people.
knows her, bro. I didn't know everybody knew her like that. I was like, God damn.
Well, you know, I know a lot of
Everybody
people,
knows
man.
her,
I like to network, you know what I'm saying? I like to connect in a lot of different places, so it's cool.
I knew her from church.
All right, hey, that's a place to network too. No shame in that. You know what I'm
at all,
saying?
bro. You know what I'm
No
saying,
shame in
bro?
that at all, man. But
What's good, bro?
you know, just everything, man. You know, everything taking one day at a time. You know, we're coming back up to speed, pandemic wise. You know, things are kind of settled. Hopefully, they stay settled. You know what I'm saying? And
Gas prices.
I'm always on my game, doing my. You know me. I'm doing my books. I'm doing my music. I'm doing my art, my photography, my costume design. I'm working on shows. I'm working on, you know, movies as a background actor.
It was a show, bro. What
Yo,
the fucking
I'm
movie,
working
bro?
on everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm always rolling. I'm what you call a creative spirit. So everything that flows from me is positive and creative, and I want to inspire that in other people. And I do that by showing them what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Connecting with people. Remember when you did the voice acting for me way back?
Yeah, that was.
That's right. So in one of my
That was
books, he was a
minute
voice
ago.
actor for me. And then he started coming to my open mic doing his comedies. And I run events like that to bring other artists up. Local, urban artists, all kinds of artists. Everybody as an artist. I want people to, you know, find their passion. And I help them grow, explore it, and bring it to the show. Bring it to the front. You know, so many people work their day job, you know, whatever it is, pushing buttons, sweeping floors, and they think that that's their life. No, your life is your passion, your creativity, and once you find it and you explore it and you bring it out, then you're achieving something. Then you're living the life you're meant to. You know what I'm saying? So,
But what if their passion is sweeping floors?
hey, man, I'm not judging.
Master floor sweeper.
Maybe
feel me?
those floors are so clean.
You know
maybe
what I
they
mean?
have a beat behind it as they're doing it. You know
what I'm
there's always a
saying?
creative
Something.
aspect. You know, no, but you know what I'm saying.
Some people love the clean.
There is work and then there's passion, and when you
Mm-hmm.
find your passion, that's when you're golden. That's when you're happy. So many people right these days suffer from anxiety, depression. I think a big reason for that is they're not exploring their creative outlets. They're stuck in a circular humdrum of whatever's going on, and they don't know how to escape it. You know. And I talk to so many people, and I see it over and over again. These people are not doing anything that it fulfills them, you know? That's what I do every day. You know, I'm trying to fulfill whatever. I got a big hole to fill. Whatever. I got a lot of creative energy. Y'all look around this room, this place. It's all about my creative stuff. You know, it's all about my passions. You know, so
That's why I wanted to. I was broke because you live in the fucking baboonies, like I told you.
listen. You know what? I'm not that far from Poughkeepsie, but like,
fuck that. It doesn't matter, bro, because it's
but
like
but it's rural Poughkeepsie-ish. You know what I'm saying? It's
I was telling him straight up. I was like, "Yo, he's about to hog tie us, put us in the basement." You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
but
I don't know.
not for nothing. I went to somebody's house not that far from here that did like the Hills Have Eyes. I was like, yo, is there even a front door to this place? Nah, I mean, it's a little bit rural here, but you know what? It's like 10 minutes and you get to everything you want in Poughkeepsie and whatnot. It's not that far. I mean, it's cool, but the quiet is what I value, man. There's nobody. I can bump my music. I can bump my movies, my video games, my Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? And nobody says nothing. So
no,
like,
bro, this is the fucking bachelor pad, bro.
yo,
Off rip, bro.
I lived here for a minute. I chill, you know.
Oh yeah, my
This
son
shit,
said
yeah.
this is the place you come to if you don't want to kill a bitch.
You know what
You
I'm
feel
saying,
me?
bro?
You
Yeah,
feel
bro. It's
me?
like that because you got a creek out in the back, bro. I'm like, bro, you is chilling, bro. I was debating, do we do it in here? Do we do it out in the fucking creek, bro? I was like, we
You know,
never
if it
done one
wasn't
with the
raining,
creek
it was a little
in the back.
sunnier. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You
with the
you worry
foliage
about
out,
your
yeah,
equipment.
exactly,
You know,
bro.
another couple weeks. Hopefully, all this cold is done, and then you know the real green starts showing up, and that's when you know you start seeing life and everything, and people start feeling better too because everything's feeling renewed and shit. You know, so it's cool. It's cool though.
But let's fucking get into it, bro.
Sure.
I known you since like 2015, bro, with Kaneen Hackett, bro.
Dang, it's been a minute.
Yeah, damn,
Time
bro.
flies. It doesn't even feel like
7
8 years. 7, 8 years.
Seven.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah,
be
you're right. 7
this year, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you started the open mic in 2016, bro.
That's
So
true.
it's
The
like
one you knew about. That one is
That
Juan
is the one
Murphy.
I
I
knew
had a
about,
couple
yeah.
before that. Before that one, you just wasn't on the scene yet.
Nah. I was budding, bro. I had a lot of shit going down
That's all.
between
That's
that
good.
time, bro. Like in that bridge, bro.
You were building up to get there. It's
Right,
all good.
right, among other things.
all, you know.
But bro, you want to know, bro? Remember when that shit got shut down, bro?
Oh yeah, man.
Remember when that motherfucking Ian came through, stormed that fucking.
Oh, you mean that's
That's what I mean, bro. When Juan Murphy got shut the fuck down, bro.
Wow.
My son. I don't want.
Yo,
to
they're
my boy in
booming
check.
now. Their whole place. I was at Juan Murphy's like a week ago.
Word.
I went to see a friend of mine who plays bass.
Yeah.
And they were packed. Their place is off. They opened a second location now. They are
2 on Murphy.
they are doing really good. I mean, it's like kind of a little bit of an older crowd.
Yeah.
But it's a crowd.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like even during this everything's going on. They are packed with
Right.
people. Their food is. You got to make reservations. Someone told me. I was like, what?
For
Dick,
Juan
I was-
Murphy's?
I was
It's a
like,
bar,
what?
motherfucker. I ain't make no reservations for this shit.
Apparently on a party night, if they're filled up,
Fuck that.
they, you know, I'm like, wow.
They ain't got no space for no.
They were running
reservations.
around
This
and
is the
stuff. Every
RSVP.
table was picked
As
up.
soon as they're sturdy, it's like, yep, now you're gonna need
Yo,
that
man,
reservation.
you'd be surprised what
classroom.
places start charging money. I'm going Noah's on the wrong night. You paying to get into Noah's. I was like, what?
You know what, bro? I can't even say shit, bro, because Juan Murphy's. I had the Knockaberry fries, bro.
What is that?
Oh yeah.
Knockaberry fries.
What is that?
That's a big ass plate of fries, bro. Like big joints, bro. Fill me up. Wait.
a big-
I forget
big
which
plate of
kind
fries.
of cheese. I forget which kind of cheese, bro. Bacon bits, scallions. I think green onions, and a couple spices, bro.
Okay, so cheese.
What
So cheese.
fuck you up,
So
bro?
cheese fries.
Bro, they would put the fries, the bacon bits, and then they would mix like the cheese with the onions and put the cheese on top, melt that bitch up, bro. It was.
They torch it, or they put it in the oven.
I think they put it in the oven, bro. It was toasted, bro.
Nothing wrong with that. You
Fucking
guys are making me
delicious,
hungry
bro.
over here, man.
No, I just got hungrier, bro.
You guys
That
just went
shit
to
was
McDonald's and chowed out 5 minutes ago.
I told him he should get something. He was like, I ain't eating from here no more.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't eat that, bro. I went 6 years without eating that shit, bro.
Good for you, man.
I broke that shit, bro. I broke that shit.
You know what?
Bro.
You know what? You gotta watch this. If you ever hooked on McDonald's, and you cannot stop going. You watch Super Size Me. My man knows
Nah,
it right
fuck
there.
that,
You
bro.
watch that. Just watch it. Just really watch it, and you're like, I'm not gonna watch that no more. Eat that no more
Bro,
for a while.
You know what, bro? That ain't stop America. You know what I'm saying?
No, it didn't stop any.
stop.
But it's but
Food Inc. made me stop. That would make me stop because
Yeah.
that's fucked up. They show the chicks fucking get zapped in the head. They grab the chick, grab
Oh,
the
yeah,
chick.
easy, fool.
That's
Drop that motherfucker. Whoop.
yo, man, chicken.
nuggies.
There's the farms stopped being farms. They're
Go
just
fuck
chicken
yourself,
farms.
bro. Go fuck yourself bad, bro. That shit ain't even, that shit.
So he said, "Go fuck myself up," because I said chicken nuggets. He asked me for one earlier. You know, I ain't trying to hear it. And he took
Yo,
about
it's hard to resist that shit. French fry or nuggets, someone
He
sitting
took
next
an
to you.
eighth of my fries.
I'll take a fry. It's a potato. What the fuck?
That's
do
what
I
I
take?
said. He took you.
They ain't
took
got
a,
feelings.
it's McDonald's.
It's a spud, bro. Who
It's,
gives a
Mc-
fuck?
it's McDonald's. What you call it?
Right, bro.
It's-
I
that
know,
fry,
I
that
know.
fry gets fried with the fried fish they get
Yeah.
from there. And the
There
chicken
was a problem
nuggets.
at one point where vegetarians and vegans were complaining about the oil
Right.
in which they were being fried
Right.
because they're sharing the same oil as the meat and the chicken and the other
Right.
stuff, right?
That's
so
right.
that was a big
That's right.
issue.
Go fuck
Delicious.
Out of here. Go fuck out of here.
Delicious.
You know what I'm saying?
He's like,
Gives a
he's
fuck?
like finger licking good.
shit.
Wait, that's the wrong
He
place.
is eating wrong place.
Gives a fuck? Oh, well, I'm vegan. I can't eat this. Well, I guess you're not eating tonight. I guess you're not eating tonight, but I'm fucking like, go
He
someplace.
said, "We got grass.
we
We got grass back here."
We got moss and mold in the fridge. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want some of that shit?
Damn.
Fucking mushroom eating fucks.
shit.
Oh man.
I mean,
fuck
no,
that.
no
I
disrespect to the vegans.
I don't give a fuck.
No disrespect to the vegans. I respect what the fuck they do. It takes a lot for a man to stop eating what they used to eat. A lot. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
You giving them credit for the willpower to stop?
You know what I'm saying? Like
Fuck
what?
that, bro.
You put a carrot.
Fuck
Listen,
that, bro.
you put a carrot in front of me and a thing of ribs in front of me. I'm gonna look at you on why you even put the carrot in front of me in the first place. Like why?
But you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what, though, bro? You steam
my
that shit,
gosh.
make ratatouille out that carrot. I'm eating that carrot, bro.
I'm talking about a raw ass carrot.
Raw ass carrot. I'll eat the carrot after the ribs.
But boom. But
After the
but
ribs.
listen.
He's brought up
listen, if
ratatouille
you-
over here. Like perfectly seasoned,
feel you.
sliced. The rats are in the kitchen and everything.
You know what I'm saying? I trust him. Remy's my son. We don't
Yo, that was a good movie. No joke.
It
No
was,
joke.
it
I
was,
enjoyed
it was.
Ratatouille. That's good
Excellent.
shit.
It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Seeing the little, little romance in that story. It's not bad. Disney did all right with that. It was Disney, right?
I thought that
Yeah.
romance was forced a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Low for it.
Forced animated romance. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So what's up? Let's get back to it though, bro.
Yeah,
How
okay.
long you been mixing and mastering music?
Oh man. All right. So I did my first live paid gig like piano live in 08. So where are we now? That's like 14 years ago, right? That's like my first paid. But I've been playing piano my whole life and guitar for like the last decade, and been writing for a long time too. But my first book was 2015, and you was on the soundtrack as a voice actor. So professionally, like publishing books and writing for the last 7, 8 years. You know what I mean? Mixing and doing production music-wise, a lot longer than that, man. I did it with the faders by hand, you know what I'm saying, before the software came out and made life a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? I had to have mixers that had a number of set channels. Like I had one mixer, it was like this big, it had 8 channels total. It had 4 you record on, and then you flip it, you got 4 more. And you had to mess it up, it wasn't like now where you could have an infinite number of channels on
Possibly.
like I use Mixcraft or Fruity Loops or a lot of different software for my mixing and stuff, and you can have infinite channels, but it's cool. I mean, I'm with the technology, you know what I'm saying? So
I had a bottle of water on me that magically disappeared.
it's right there on the floor. Maybe
What the fuck?
Isaac took
Let me
it.
get. You been drinking my shit?
I guess it's community water now, but
My dick it is.
yeah. So I brought my books here to show you guys some of
Yeah,
my stuff.
bro, bust it out, bro.
I write the
I already
suspense-
read that shit. I read
This-
it. I read that. I tried reading it
But you
twice,
didn't read
bro.
part 2, now did you?
No,
He said, "I already read that shit."
So,
I did. I read it already.
Mansarian Chronicles, Signs of the First Mancer. This was my first book that I published. It's suspense mystery thriller. Crazy story. You enjoyed it, I remember, and you got to play one of the characters.
Yeah.
He played Julius, who was like a security officer in a correctional facility.
Bro was in prison, bro.
Yeah, that starts out with the main character starts out in prison, doesn't remember how he got there or why he's there, and as he's trying to figure out, this other dude who's doing all this crazy murdering in Chicago and stuff, and they're linked together. And as you go through the story, you figure out how they're linked together, why they're linked together, and it comes together, you know. And then the second book, which I know you haven't read this one because I don't even know if you even saw this one.
No, I saw it. I hit you up. I was like, when the fuck's the second one coming out? Because you was fucking holding out on it and shit.
Well, you know what? I wanted it to be tight. I wanted it to be right. When you write 100,000 words,
you said 2 months. I hit you up 2 months after you announced. I was like, when the fuck's it coming out?
it took a little longer than that. You know what I'm saying? It took me. Honestly, I wanted it to be done in 2018, but it took me to 2021, June of 2021, to put this out.
Bro, it'd be like that though.
But you know, that's also because of soundtrack. My books come with soundtracks, as you guys know. Music you listen to while you're reading, and that just adds another level, another dimension. There's voice actors, there's photography. So that, you know, people feel like they're part of the story. Right. Like ever since you did Julius, it stays in your mind, right? So someone listening to a scene like that is like pulled into the story. Right. They become part of it.
So you got audiobooks.
Nope. Not an audiobook. It's a different concept, and I'm glad you said that because people always make that mistake, right? So an audiobook is an audio version of the book. I'm going to kill the music a little bit.
Lower it down to
Hey,
4.
Google, volume level 2. There we go. That got a little loud.
Yeah, it got
right?
loud.
So the difference between a soundtrack and an audiobook is an audiobook is the entire book just read to you. Mm-hmm. This doesn't do that. What it does is accompanies the book. It's like another piece of it, right? So there's scenes that are acted out with voice actors, and there's music you listen to while you're reading. Mm-hmm. So you still have to do the reading part of it. You still got to look at the words and take it in, but once you listen to the soundtrack first, then those voices stay in your head the whole time as you're going through. Like we were looking at Lord of the Rings before, right? So if you were to go and pick up the Fellowship of the Ring and start reading that book, I bet you in your mind you would see Frodo, you would hear his voice, you'd hear Gandalf and all those characters. Mm-hmm. You could visualize the scene because you saw the movie, right? Yeah. So my thought was, let me take elements of a movie and add it into a soundtrack for a book, because people always say that the book is better than the movie because there's more details, it's more thought out, it's laid out a really really long time instead of a movie which is only 2 hours, right? Mm-hmm. So imagine like you went to read Lord of the Rings right now, you would hear their voices, you'd know what they sound like, it would be more real for you. So the soundtrack does that. You hear the voices of the characters, you hear their music, you know, for different characters or whatever, you can feel them.
So this character, so in the soundtracks, you feel me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
They got the characters, like you got my boy Antonio saying his parts in the book.
Right, exactly. For like 1 or 2 scenes, right? Just so you can get a sense of what their presence is like, and then when you go and read it, you're like, oh, that's what they sound like. That's how they vibe. Right? And so that character is now more real for you. And you can go back and re-listen to the soundtrack as many times as you want to refresh you or bring you back in. Another thing people have a hard time doing, like, when was the last time you sat down and like started reading a book? Either of you guys.
A webtoon.
Oh, no, but I'm talking, no.
Get the fuck out of here. You read those shits?
I actually like those too, I'm not going to lie. But what I mean is, like, when was the last time you picked up a book and, like, you know what, let me stop.
I'm trying to finish.
Let me just stop and read this book. It's not easy to do that, right?
No, I've been trying to read this one
I
book
mean,
for
depending on how interesting the book is.
But it's time consuming, right? You know that if you're going to sit down and you're going to read a book, you're going to stop everything else and you're going to devote to that, right? And a lot of people have a hard time stopping what they're doing to go read a book. And I'm like, well, what might get somebody inspired to do that? What might
smoke some weed?
Well, maybe.
You know, supposed to smoke some weed. But you chilling there, you ain't got shit else to do. Put up, you be sitting there. You probably read for about an hour, or at least till the joint's done. You know what I'm saying? That's about 30 minutes right there.
That's usually how much you got to do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you know, if you have some music to vibe with that goes with the story, like we were talking about the music for Lord of the Rings, right? You recognize it instantly, right? Mm-hmm, because it brings you there, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's yours.
Oh, thanks. So it brings you there, right? If we were to have the music play Lord of the Rings right now, you'd feel like you're in the movie. You'd feel like you're immersed. You're remembering the scenes. You're remembering the characters, right? So I created original music to do that for my books. So when you hear my music, one of my popular ones was this song called Terror's Gonna Make You Scream. And whenever anybody would hear it, they'd think of my books. You know what I'm saying? And that was original music I did to do that, to pull you in, to make you feel the suspense, the mystery, this how scary it was or whatever. And that is just for my book.
I kind of want to hear it.
Yeah?
No, bro, I already heard this shit, bro.
I know
and,
you
and I
did.
respect it, bro.
I know you did. I want to hear it.
You want to hear Tara's go?
I kind of want
I
to
can
hear
work
it.
on that. I can pop it on the system. You want to hear that? You want to give me a minute and stuff like that? You guys can talk.
I mean, yeah. I
Real
mean, why the
shit.
fuck not?
You
know?
feel me?
I think
the people
yeah,
would want
go on,
to listen
yeah,
to this.
Pop it on, bro.
Oh yeah, we'll put it on. Give me 1 second. Is there a remote nearby? 1 second. Oh, here, right here. Okay. I can do that while we're still talking. Just give me a second, right?
Nah, bro, I fuck with that because, as writers, we motherfucking, oh shit, he popping on the TV.
Well, we might as well look on YouTube real quick. It's on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You just look up Terror's Gonna Make You Scream, Myael Simpkins, and you'll see it, right? So, the video. I don't know if you ever see the video?
Yeah,
way back
You
then.
in the hood and shit, talking about.
Yeah, I mean, like, so the hooded killer is the main villain of the story, right?
Right.
And so in the music video, I'm dressed like the hooded killer or whatever, and
I ain't gonna hold you,
rapping.
dog. I prefer the scenes with I forget his name. I forget bro's name. Was it Drew, right? No, it's not Drew.
You mean JR?
No,
No.
the killer's name.
Oh, Dar.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Dar.
the hooded killer. Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
no, that's what I mean, bro. It's like I
Oh,
prefer.
you mean with the actor that I had to be him when it wasn't
bro,
me?
I prefer his in the writing, bro.
Oh.
I prefer his chapters.
Oh, yeah.
Because
yeah,
it
yeah.
added a little more depth. Bro.
Well, that's like one.
Like I
one
can break it down to you, bro. I told you I read your book.
I
pulled up for the
appreciate
toy,
you
bro.
breaking it. Like, you know
Yeah.
what? And I specifically designed the book to have chapters with the hooded killer's perspective, so that you could be in his mind, so that
Right.
he would be more real. And after people read my book,
bro, you gotta move. I can't get no spoilers for Moon Knight, bro.
oh, all right,
I can't get spoiled. I can't. No,
all
I have. It just dropped like last night.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see Morbius, man. April 1st. That's tomorrow, right? It's tomorrow. Morbius.
Yeah.
Want to see that shit too? That's gonna be tight.
Bro, that
But-
shit.
I seen the ratings.
For Morbius, y'all heard about
Yeah,
it.
I seen the
Garbage.
ratings.
They said it's
Really?
garbage.
Oh, really? Ah, man.
It said it gives us a watered down Marvel feel on every Marvel movie.
That's terrible.
That is terrible, man. I'm sorry to hear that because you know what? Since Spider-Man way back in the day, Morbius was part of the Spider-Man universe.
Right. That's what
And
they're trying
so
to do.
I was hoping that they would do it like on the Spider-Man level. You know what I'm saying? But I guess whatever.
I was waiting for that. Hold up, he was talking to Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
No, he already
Oh.
talked to Jim Carrey about it.
Yeah, Jim Carrey ain't fucking with it.
No, I know he ain't fucking with it, but he talked to him
Where are we talking? Down here?
right there. Yeah, right down there.
Damn, my son Jim wants freaking.
No, he should have been behind bars. It's facts though.
And Will says fuck off.
Nah, I
Nah,
don't
believe
think-
it.
nah, I think
I don't-
that's-
that's
damn.
That's clickbait.
Yeah, that's clickbait. No, but Jim
It-
actually
it-
did say that though. He would have sued him for $200 million. He did say that.
Wow.
Let's not even talk about that today.
Where?
Yeah, we can go until
that's
face
something
getting
else.
slapped and stuff for hours, right?
Word.
Yo, let me show because Isaac's never seen this. This is now gonna turn into a reaction video.
Lower that a little bit because the camera's right there.
Oh yeah, no problem. So there's a bit of an intro where you come into the video, right?
I'm gonna put a link in the description for y'all to watch this shit.
Word.
That's
that's
Rachel
Rachel right there.
Hendricks right there. It's been a minute since I even watched this.
Yeah, bro.
You walk alone. You made the mistake to be on your own. What's that noise that you hear beside you? Feel that fear creep up inside you. Is that a pain in the back of your head? I bet you wish you stayed home instead. 'Cause now your time is up, and God is going to make you dead.
Damn, bro, you put the chokehold on Rachel, bro? I don't even remember that. You about to get me too. No, stop.
Yo, for a while, people were freaking out when I come around like this. Be like,
The terror is
Leilani, remember Leilani?
Yeah, I remember her. And that's your boy Charlie, right?
Yep, that's Charlie. And you're gonna see JR up in here too.
behind you. You trip and hit the ground. And you can't believe that this demon didn't even make a sound. He looks you in the try to slip, but it's too late. He's got you in his grip. But you can't get back now. You wish that this all was a dream, because the terror is going to make you scream. In the night you walk alone, made the mistake to be on your own. What's the noise you hear beside you? Feel that fear creep up inside you. Is that a pain in the back of your head? Wish you stayed home instead, cause now your time is up and
Darwin's gonna make you dead.
turn around but that's no plan. Swear you can feel his hands. Wish you wake up from this dream. The terror makes you scream. I'll make you scream.
You know, you kind of look like who? That's you, right?
You trip and hit the ground.
You look like West Side Gun in this right quick.
You pull and try to slip, but it's too late, cause Doris got you in his grip. You're thinking back now. You can't get back now. You wish it was a dream, cause terror's gonna make you scream. It starts to drag you down, drag you by your neck, and you don't understand why he hasn't killed you yet. You try to scream and yell, but one look from his eyes, you can't make a move.
He's got your body paralyzed.
The fear is creeping up, you feel the end is coming soon. You wish you said goodbye to all people close to you. You hear a laugh, a chill flows up your spine. I'm gonna steal your soul and that will make you mine. You're thinking back now. You can't get back now. You wish it was a dream, cause terror's gonna make you scream. The terror's gonna make you scream. The terror's gonna make you scream. I'll make you scream. I'll make you scream. I'll make you scream. The terror's gonna make you scream.
Anyway, so that's back from back in the day. And the whole idea was that you got that track on the soundtrack, both with the vocals and instrumentals. So, like, you could listen to that music and build that mystery, suspenseful vibe. And then you go and you start reading the book, and you're like, yo, I'm starting to get chills while I'm reading the book. It feels like I'm part of it. You know what I'm saying? I was watching my man's expression. He's like this. There's some of the video. He's like, I'm not sure how I feel about being this house no more. You know, because seriously, when people watch this video or they read the book, they be like, yo, you wrote some scary ass shit, man. What's the matter? Like, what kind of thoughts going through your head? But yo, I love writing exciting books. Like, who wants to read a boring book? You know what I'm saying? Nobody, right? So I was like, let me make this suspenseful. Let me make this scary. Let me make this intense and exciting to read. You know what I'm saying? Let me build that feeling so that when you get to the end, you're like, yo, I'm freaked out. I had some people come up and look at me like this, like, yo, that killer seemed a little too real, Myael. Like, what's up? Like, how you know how he thinks? You know what I'm saying? But it's all fiction. Nah, but seriously, and we had a lot of fun, yo. When we filmed it, when we did the scene in the prison or whatever, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? And Leilani was on the soundtrack as well. JR, a bunch of other people. You know what I mean? And then some of them were in the video too. It's all. Yeah, and I produced that whole track. That was me. I produced it, the lyrics, the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? That's all part of that creative mind. Because you know what? I was like, how many times do you get to be in the mind of the author, like what he had in mind for the music or the character voices? Like, you're getting even more than just the words on the page. You know, you're getting lots of creative exposure. So now you hear the music I'm feeling when I'm writing about the hooded killer killing people. You know what I'm saying? You're hearing his voice in your head. You know, that kind of stuff. which is very different than an audiobook, which is why I'm trying to explain. An audiobook, you got somebody like Patrick Stewart or Morgan Freeman.
Yeah,
And then here the killer came out from behind the corner. You know,
It's not like that. No, it's not like that.
So I could be like reading this book, and I'm gonna hear that track. Okay.
Yeah, and you can put it on as you. I'll tell people put it on in the car as you're about to go home and read. That way you're in the mood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sets the stage. It sets the stage for your imagination. That's another thing. Like when you read a book and you got nothing else but the book, you are creating the imagery yourself, kind of. You know, you're picturing yourself. With the soundtrack, it's like this. No, I want you kind of be in this lane.
Oh yeah, no, I believe that.
You know
when
what I'm
I was
saying?
listening to that, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like
now,
this
right
nigga
now,
dark.
I bet you now you're like, wait, yo, what I kind of know about this killer right
It's
now,
like
right? I
this
want to know
dude Dar. I wonder what's wrong with him.
Yo, what the hell's going on? It's spooky. It's scary. It's set a stage, right?
It did.
You know?
It definitely did.
And I even built a 6 foot tall, figure of Dar. I could bring that out if you guys want to see. He hangs out in my back room.
That shit. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that.
Face
shit.
lights up and it's all scary. Kids would be like,
Bust it out, bro. Bust it out. I said, yeah, bust it out. Because I forgot you do that. I mean, I didn't forget.
Oh, yo, I do costume design. So I built
costumes.
like a 6 foot tall model of Dar. And when I go to my book events, he'd be flashing the back, his hands out like this and stuff. It's meant to build like the excitement, the intrigue.
Bro, go get it.
You
Bring that thing out.
All right, man. I'm gonna go off
me?
camera a bunch of times.
Go. Just to show that one. Just show that one.
You know, I have a picture of that. I do art of him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me show you that first, and then I'm gonna go. I'll go get. I'll go get
Yeah,
the guy.
because it's like you also do. I seen your fucking.
Did you see my Carnage?
I just seen Thanos
Yeah,
right out the way.
Yeah.
I seen everything you showed me on there.
Well, I
And
showed
then
you
on
the
there.
art, but I'm talking about like my Carnage. I made a 9 foot tall Carnage this year for Halloween, and that shit brought 1,700 home.
This year, bro.
2021.
I was about to say because it's March.
Yeah. Okay. Last year's Halloween. Okay. 2021 was Carnage. See if I can find a nice picture of Dar. This is my
Yeah,
my
nah,
Goku
he did
open.
Soundwave too.
Oh yeah, Soundwave was 08, I think. Oh yeah, 08 was Soundwave. So yo, it's cool, man. I have a lot of creative energy. You know what I'm saying? So whatchamacallit? So I build things. You know, if I can find materials to make something, I'll make it. You know what I'm saying? I'll get creative with it. You know what? I'll come back to this. Let me go get the dog for you guys. At
Word,
least,
bro.
you know, it's hanging out in the back. You know, I don't bring it out all the time. People get a little freaked out. There's a 6 foot killer hanging out in your corner. I used to leave it right here. People come visit me like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, all right, y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'll
Yeah,
be right
bro. We
back.
got
Dar.
guard.
Guard.
Bro, I fuck with. See.
How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about that? No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's alright. I'm not trying to. I always try to be honest with Myael in his work. You know, I always try to be honest and shit. You know,
Yeah.
disrespect. You know, it's not. It's all love at the end of the day. 'Cause I
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
with Myael. It's just like, you know.
I mean, I get.
Like I respect the hustle.
Word.
I do, and the amount of effort that above everything else, bro. But if he would ask,
It made me want to read it.
No, it's got its good moments, bro. It really does have its
The soundtrack.
the sound. I haven't listened to the soundtrack in a minute. I'm talking about the book itself.
Mm-hmm.
Cause what he's doing is true though. Like mad artists, bro. Like mad writers, bro. We always have that soundtrack, that playlist in our head and shit.
Yeah.
That we want to put. And it's like we're making the movie in our head and shit, bro. So it's like the fact that he actually did the shit. I fucking respect it, bro. It's like
How good's the book?
cause that's what we got. How good's the book? I tried to tell him when I first read it. I was like, bro, listen, I fuck with you.
He said, "I fuck with you." Oh no!
And I'm gonna tell him this. I gotta tell him. I mean, if it's appropriate with him, I was like, bro, I'm not trying to shit on him. Myael, you watch this. I'm not shitting on you, bro. I'm not. I fuck with the book. It's got its moments. Scale of 1 to 10. You could tell it's his first book.
Is it worth the time?
Yeah, it's worth the time. It's got its redeeming qualities. It is worth the time.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's worth the time. You know, it's not no Stephen King.
I mean,
you know? Yeah, you know, it's
if
not
it's
no
his
Stephen
first
King.
book, obvi.
It's his first book, bro, and I think, you know,
Listen, I'm a man that listens to creepypastas every night. I
It's
be
still
hearing
1 to 10, 4 out of 10.
4.
4. Because it's still got its redeeming qualities, but it's his first book.
Yeah, because
You know what I'm saying?
motherfucking, I be I'll dead ass be listening. I'll listen to about 3 stories before I fall asleep, type shit. And motherfucking, some of these stories do not make a lick of sense. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I be
bro?
telling. I'm like, I don't know why you listen to
There's
that
something-
shit, bro.
No, some of them don't make a lick of sense. But I be wondering because it's just like, yo, since I'm listening to these every night, I wonder what's the new one gonna sound like.
Right.
Who got a better story? You know what I mean?
Right. His shit. I would say it's got.
How long of a read is it?
It's a minute.
Yeah,
It's a minute, bro. He's got like 68 chapters in there.
68.
Like,
68 chapters. I mean, I don't want to look up in there.
57.
I ain't pay for it.
I didn't pay for this one. I got the shit at the house. 57.
57
57
chapters.
chapters, bro. It's a minute. You're gonna be here for a little while. Oh wait, he updated the fucking layout.
He could fuck around. He could fuck around.
I gotta.
If
buy
it's,
this one.
he said it's a horror thriller, right?
Yeah.
He could make that into creepypastas and freaking do his own audio joints off of that shit.
I think you know what? Let me be up front. If he goes back, redoes it, tightens up a lot of audio, because some of the audio does sound cheesy a bit, bro. Not audio.
No, I'm gonna just bring it halfway because it won't even be on camera. It's too tall. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
fuck
we're
it,
gonna
bro.
chill like this.
Pop it on the thing.
There we go. We're chilling out. This is my Darth figure, you know, arm bent and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I used to bring this with the legs on everything on set or on with the book stuff and book readings, and people be like, "What is that?" And it stands about 6 foot tall with the legs and everything on it. But it's like, in the interest of time, let me just not try to put this together now.
Word.
And now I heard y'all talking. First of all, I don't want to be Stephen King. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be Myael.
You heard all that shit.
Yo, I got good ears. Okay.
All right, bro.
No, the truth is that Stephen King, obviously everybody knows him, but I don't
this
want
was your first book.
That's my first book, right? And I've been compared to like James Patterson
You have.
and King a little bit.
That's a hell of a compliment.
Yeah. But I don't want to be the same as everybody.
James Patterson?
Yeah.
What did he make?
A lot of books, man.
I read Maximum Ride, but the manga adaptation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that was nice.
I mean, he's known for a lot of stuff. He's a very popular author, but I really want to be my own author. You know, I mean, it's good to be compared. Like, I play keys, someone compares me to John Legend. I play guitar, someone compares me to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I get that. That's trying to associate, but I want to stand alone as my own writer.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro, let me.
Yeah, he was saying, he was like, you're not a Stephen King.
I don't want to be.
No, it's like, bro, that you changed the layout. Like you.
Oh, this is a different version of it. Yeah, this is a second edition of the first book. It's thicker. It's a little bit extra content in there. You have the original,
right?
Well, you work on things, you improve them over time.
That's what I was.
You know what I'm saying? Now, and I also heard you mention that it has 57 chapters.
Let
me explain
had
something.
like 60 something, right?
No, it's the same number of chapters. It's just that. First of all, my chapters are short. The longest chapter is only like maybe 8 pages.
But because of the length of the book, the amount of content within the chapters is still feels a bit. You know
well, it's a book, man. You don't want to go into here's the beginning, here's the end. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I'm not complaining, bro. It's
but
like,
it's a minute.
But it's not a short read. It's
no.
not,
Well,
it's
I
not
mean,
a short
listen.
read.
I'm an author. I'm a writer.
Right.
You know, you want to write a book. I mean, my poetry book, for instance, right? My second book is a poetry book. It's a lot thinner. You know what I'm saying? It's only about 100 pages or so, but it's a different type of content.
You ever thought about having anybody? Well, have you ever thought about making those into audiobooks?
Well, yeah, actually I have, and I've read like
book,
chapters in here and there myself, you know, online. But I wanted to really rock the soundtrack as something different. A lot of audiobooks out there, right?
Yeah. I listen to creepypastas every night. Creepypastas, you listen to scary stories. It's basically scary stories made by different people.
That's
right.
You know what I mean? And I be hearing some of the stories. Some of them don't make sense. Some of them is beautiful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, since this is horror thriller, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should be able. You should make it into a audiobook or like or a creepypasta. Have your stories like you said 60 something chapters. How many?
It's 50. I'm pretty sure this was 57 chapters.
57.
But some of those chapters are like 2 pages. It's not like every chapter is like 50. In fact, no chapter is over 10 pages.
Okay,
you know.
Cool. So word, you could even make you could make a whole audio book of that and put it into parts.
That's true.
Yeah, the way I wanted to do my book was that it's in the same size as yours, because that size is actually a pretty damn good size. Like, it's just like, I mean, it looks stuffed, but you know what? It's in a nice format, and it holds weight, because I got big hands and shit. I like size and shit, so it's like for that it's easier for me to handle.
Well, the reason that I changed to this format, it's a little thicker than the one that you had is probably about this thick, right? It's like maybe 3/4 the size of this one. That's all right. I have versions of it over there, the older version, right? It's a little different. I can go grab that if you want to. It's on my little shelf over there.
Fuck on, bro.
Man, I'm gonna be getting up 1,000 times during this podcast. All right, I'll go grab it.
Go get the exercise. Go get your exercise.
Let me just say this real quick. The reason I changed the format because like I work in disability services. I don't know if you know about that about me, but I have a whole other life that's a lot of different jobs. I've done technical and finance and for higher education and stuff like that. And so, in thinking about vision, right, the other book had smaller text, and I wanted to have it for like an audience that maybe, wouldn't have such a hard time reading the text. I wanted them to have an easier time. So it's called making it accessible to other types of people, right? An audiobook is a form of accessibility too, because like you get to hear it. If you can't see it, you can still hear it. And so I do want to do audiobooks for all my stuff, right? But the soundtrack gives you pieces of it to start. You know what I mean? And it's really an easy thing to switch from a soundtrack into an audiobook, but I really wanted to have the different voices. I didn't want to have one monotone person to sit there and read the book. I wanted to have different voices.
But that's what I'm saying.
Different people.
You should have a whole audio book where you got your voice actors for different characters in the book, and you'll be fine.
Well, the other thing is that the soundtrack kind of adds to the scenes, so you get stuff from the soundtrack that you don't get in the book as well. You get a little extra, and you get a little more emotion behind it. So it's really like a readable movie in that sense. You're getting like acting going on instead of it just being like, okay, I could read it. I could read a sense part of the book, and it maybe has some emotion to it, but then it's different than saying, and then he came out from the dark and they grabbed her by the back of the neck, and you know what I'm saying? It's a different vibe, and actually having the characters speak is different too. It kind of reminds me of that stuff that kids have. You know what I'm saying? Where it reads to the kids and like, it builds something out of it. You know what I mean? So I want to have different components. So audiobook is fine too. I have Kindle versions on these books too, so you can like have it read to you that way too. So it's accessible in different ways. But again, I wanted to do something different than everybody else. That's why I was like, let me do a soundtrack. Because when you think about a soundtrack to a movie, right? You get the music, you get to hear some of the voices, right? And it pulls you back into the movie and makes you want to see the movie again. But I wanted to do that for a book.
You wouldn't think, well, I don't know. There's some people that are kind of different. But, like, wouldn't you think that, somebody's reading? Like, I know that you said for the soundtracks, you could listen to it to pump yourself up to read the book or whatever. But
know exactly what you're gonna say.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you
exactly
read it, you're reading it. You hear as you're reading, and then you're hearing these. You hear whoever's doing their thing for the soundtrack. When you think that's a little distraction.
I knew you were going there. Let me explain. So I'm gonna address that. So half of the soundtrack is instrumental.
Okay.
So you have tracks that have voices, and then you have an equal amount of tracks that's just the music. So like this, like the Terror is gonna make you scream we just listened to. There's an instrumental version, so that's just building your suspense. And then people always say, "Well, what if I don't read to the speed of the music?" You don't have to read to the speed of the music. It's just there to accompany you to build your feelings and suspense in the book.
Okay.
Right. So the instrumental tracks there's at least half instrumental. That way, it's like just accompany you. And some people put music on to read anyway. Or maybe they smoke a joint and they put music on to read or whatever, right? So instead of it being some other random music, like chill hop maybe or whatever, it's my music.
Oh, yeah.
It's my imagination my production steering you, right? So you're listening to this thing. There's no voices, and it's just the music. You're like, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
you're
dun,
reading.
dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah,
dun,
yeah.
dun.
That's
You're
what I'm saying.
you're
Like, bro, I can.
Yo, and I'm gonna tell you, bro. Like, I had one woman who's a mother of 4 kids.
Four of
She
them.
said she finished my book in half a day. She said it was so suspenseful that she told those kids to shut up, and she went through the whole book. It kept her on edge the whole time through. But everybody got different taste and what excites them. But
She must have started reading as soon as she got up.
she was like, dun, 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 dun. No, but
I ain't gonna hold you. One of my favorite chapters, dog, is that
Stands out in your mind, huh?
Yeah, it does stand out. I ain't
I
gonna hold
want to
you. It
hear
does
some.
stand-
Yeah, like
what's it
hear
called?
This.
When Dar, what's the chick that he held hostage?
Sharon.
When he took Sharon and Sharon bust the door down. She's like, I gotta take a piss. And I was like, I thought that was kind of funny because she almost hit the guy that went to go unlock the door. I think that was a Dar who unlocked it. And then he goes like, I gotta take a piss and I'm hungry. And so he goes to the fucking grocery store. He's fucking with people a little bit. The cops come. I forget why.
Yeah.
And he's like, kind of like a child a little bit. Like he can't understand and fathom what's going on. And I ain't gonna hold you. You did get into that mind a bit. And then like he does something that like he sends out a shockwave, knocks everybody off their boots, and then teleports or flies the
Dar
fuck
got
away.
powers.
Yeah.
He do.
Oh, now Isaac's eyebrows like, hold up. Does this have this got a supernatural edge to it? Yes, it
Okay.
does. That's why. Okay, I there's people out there that like the little supernatural edge and stuff like that, and so when I promote it that way too. So my book has a lot of different elements in it, but I always say suspense thriller first. But it's also got supernatural. Dar's abilities are not like everybody else's, okay? And when they have that final confrontation between Michael Magnus and Dar on that rooftop of the last chapter, it's not like a regular fight. There's some other stuff going on, and I kind of can relate that to like Goku heading up to Frieza level. Not quite that level, but like like epic. It's epic.
Yeah, the best villain versus the best hero.
I
You
wanted
feel
to
me?
get into it because you try to make that shit spiritual.
Oh yeah,
And
there's definitely elements of
because like I do remember what's it called? When you was playing Darius, he was like, "Freak." The fucking the
you talking
dickhead,
Denton?
Yeah, Denton, and he was like, Denton. He was like, "Freak." You say just like that, freak.
Motherfucker sound like he
That was
a
actually
fraud.
JR.
That was JR?
That was JR doing it, but I had to like force him, like, because JR is kind of a subtle kind of. He's not
quiet
not
guy.
an angry kind of man. So I was like,
Yeah.
listen, you're gonna play Denton. You gotta be a tool. You gotta be like. Listen here, freako! Like you gotta feel it. You know what I'm saying? It took a while to get him into that mode.
Yeah.
But once he got there, you felt it on the soundtrack,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
and then
yeah.
Denton stayed in your mind. You see, and that's what I'm talking about. When did you read this book? Tell everybody when you read this book. How long ago was it? 5 years?
It was a minute ago, bro.
And you're remembering details like that.
No, it's like
6 years, right? It's been out 7 years.
When did I buy this shit from you?
You probably bought it at the open mic, right?
No, I didn't buy it at the open mic. I bought it when you went to Barnes and Noble.
Oh yeah, I had a reading at Barnes and Noble.
When was that?
That's probably like 2016, I want to say.
Exactly.
So it was 6 years, but he's remembering details from a book he read 6 years ago, right? And why is he remembering that?
'Cause it was good.
Well, thank you for that. But also,
I've
I've got a really good
They
review.
stand out. And I know
But
the
also
people that
the
fucking
characters stayed with him because he heard their voices, because he could feel them, he could relate to them.
Hold on, I gotta
He's
stretch
talking
real
about
quick. I gotta
he's
stretch.
talking about Dar in the supermarket and shit. 6 years later, come on, how you remembering that detail?
Dar in the supermarket.
You know what I'm saying? He's remember he like got freaked out. The cops showed up and he was like, "I gotta be out." Poof, disappears. And he's right. That shit did
That
happen.
gives me some H.P. Lovecraft type shit. But besides the elder god, unless if you got like gods and shit in that, then word. That's some H.P. Lovecraft.
I mean,
shit.
I'm nobody's title like demigods or gods, something like that. But there's definitely some supernatural abilities, and then there's some explanation for why it goes down. And then in book 2, the second part of it, you get even deeper into the mythos, the mythology of like how this is all happening. And I don't want to divulge too much, but it takes it to the next level.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say. Like I set out to the second book to be like, how can I make this more intense? How can I make it more scary for my readers, and so on. And by the way, Sharon was Leilani. right? The girl police officer.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah, 'cause they
she
was
played
eating-
that voice. I'm saying.
Yeah, they was eating French toast in the fucking diner.
6 years ago. you
That's
said
right, and he's remembering details like that. It's like he's remembering.
and you know how much
French toast.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck
You know, I'm
yourself.
gonna grab one second. I'm gonna grab the other book real quick off camera.
Bro, because you know what? Because you know what? And you know what's crazy? That how much happened in 6 years for me, bro? What about it?
Time.
Yeah?
This time.
Time after time.
All right, never mind. I was just trying to
Nah,
remind
I ain't gonna do
big dog.
shit till I see a 1 on that fucking timer.
Oh,
No, I got you. I already told him. I already texted
Oh, word. I was just
already hit him
reminded
up.
you.
What the original
Yeah.
book size was.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
This is the version he has.
That's what I'm saying,
It's
bro.
very
You got
different.
it,
I
you got it.
resized it and I added a bit more. You can see that there's a big difference. And then, when I put out my second book, I did a new sizing for this one. There's no smaller size for this one. It's different. It makes it feel like a more meatier book, but it's the same.
Well, cause you know what, bro? It's you know, as much as I love reading, this like, bro, I tried reading Tarzan, right? The original book, and I fucking love that book. I do. The original story of Tarzan.
Fuck Clayton.
But fuck that. No, Clayton was in the book, Clayton was his father. It's not. Disney.
You know, some books and movie adaptations are so far off.
Disney
You ever
took
see
liberties,
Neverending
man.
Story? Try reading that book. Not even close to the same thing.
I fucking bet.
Okay, it's not even called Fantasia. We'll go there. The place is not even called the same. It's called Fantastica, and Atreyu is not Native American. He's green. Anyway, we won't even go to there. It's not even the same story.
I bet they called it Fantasia because wasn't Disney Fantasia come out? There you go. There you go.
Anyways,
What's it called? Nah.
so
you
the
got
deal.
it.
Do you see the size of the text, bro?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is, I made the text bigger, which made the book fatter, right, and more accessible to readers. So it's not anymore. Really, it's not any more content. More.
Right.
It's just bigger font.
But
and
Tarzan a Mancer?
well, that's part of the story, man. You're gonna have to learn to find that out.
Spoil shit.
This guy's starting to put things together.
The thing is though, is you split the paragraphs. You're only supposed to do this when you fucking are cut into a whole new scene.
Well, I made it a little bit more, again, more accessible, more readable for people.
No, I understand, dog. Trust me, cause as much as I love reading, small fonts fuck with me. The Island Doctor, I tried reading the Island Doctor. I did. I can't say I tried. I did, but it was a slog because of how it's so tight.
Yeah, exactly.
it's
It's
like,
so. But listen, that
so I feel you
that
on
book
that.
makes it a lot easier to hold, a lot easier to manage. If your vision is
Right.
not that great, I mean, or
No, it's
small
the
fonts
fucking-
bother you, then this is much
Bro,
better.
It's the compaction fucks with the head a bit, bro.
So
'Cause it's like,
there's a lot of
it's-
people
it's
like you
like-
out there that are like that. You know what I'm saying? And so this is making it more accessible.
I'm just, I mean, I appreciate it, bro, but it's like, it feels like you're breaking a rule for the sake of accessibility,
Yeah, that's a good word.
which I
mean, it's not that much spacing, but it's
no,
okay.
it's you know, I mean, I appreciate it. At the same time, I'm like,
You
So,
gotta swing me.
as you were flipping through that, you saw the photography, right?
Yeah, the
so
illustrations.
that gives you the this graphic art and this photography to give you visuals to go along with it as well. So not only are you hearing the voices, right? If you listen to the soundtrack ahead of time, not only do you have the music, but now you got the graphic art and you got the photography, and that's giving you something to look at, something else to see. So again, we're setting this full stage. I'm steering your imagination and putting your mind where I want it to go into this experience.
we gotta change gears for a second.
That's no
'cause
problem.
We're running on time, so
Yeah, I got you.
The poetry. We can keep talking about that, but let's switch to the poetry. Bro.
Sure.
What's up with that? Because I remember you talking about how you had people's faces and
Oh yeah, my poetry book
my
is
vain ass was like, "Where's my picture?"
Hey, you want to be in volume 2? I'll put you in volume 2,
Like,
bro.
I was like, "Where's my picture?" You know what I'm saying?
Well,
my ego was like, "What the fuck, Myael?"
Yo, I got you for volume 2, okay? I got you for volume 2.
Do what you gotta
No,
do.
but what I did is I wanted to give back. So, and I want to do something similar to the suspense mystery, right? I wanted to have a soundtrack. So there's a soundtrack for the poetry book, but it's different. It's like pulling you into the emotion. So each section of the poetry book is a different emotion, right? and I featured different people that I knew locally as artists, like musicians, singers, hip hop, whatever, and they represent a different emotion to me, right? And so I put the poetry that represents that emotion, the person that represents that kind of emotion, and the music that represents that emotion, so that you get this whole feeling of like, I don't know, of just this, whatever the poem was about, you're feeling it on multiple levels. You know what I'm saying? And when people go to read a poetry book, right, they're like, I want to feel something. I want to experience something, right? So I was like, well, let me add to that experience. Just like I added to the suspense with music that's suspenseful, I put different like original pieces that I wrote that represent a different emotion. So like, let's say you're having a bad day, right? You're upset. You know, I wonder what it was like for Myael to have a bad day. You might go to Antagonized and read a poem from that section and put on the music that I wrote that made me feel that way too. You know what I'm saying? So now you're really relating to me on a different level.
My question is, why do I give a fuck about your day? I'm having a bad day.
Well, maybe you want to be brought up. You know what I'm saying? So you might go to another section where I'm like feeling better. So maybe my book will help you to have a better day.
And that's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
There's
So-
sometimes, like, sorry to bring this people up, but Suicide Boys. You know what I mean?
You
Sometimes.
just fucking damned this whole podcast.
No, man, he's right.
Nah,
I
but
brought up
real G
depression and
shit.
anxiety at the beginning of this podcast. You know what I'm saying?
But real G shit.
You know
fucking-
Suicide Boys? I was like, we ain't talking about actual suicide.
No, I know.
Nah, but I'm just saying, freaking,
Castro
like
Troll,
some
baby,
people,
Side Boys.
some people will be feeling like shit. You know what I mean? Listen to Suicide Boys, and then listening to them because they sound like they having the worser day than them. You feel me? And you're just like, damn, other people having worse days too. I should be alright. I'll be alright. You know, shit like that.
And sometimes you just want to know somebody's on the same level as you. Someone's
Facts.
been there. Somebody's real. How many fake people do you encounter every day? Let me ask you that question, right? Because that's what I'm trying not to be.
Yeah, we just missed some displaced people the other day.
That's right. Nice terminology
You
there.
know what I'm saying?
Displaced.
They faking displaced.
Yo, I encounter people that are so fake, so fraud. Okay, fraud,
Fraudulent.
just fraud people, fraudulent motherfuckers, right? I'm gonna say that on the microphone. Some fraudulent motherfuckers, right? I encounter these people, and I'm like, I am not like you. Okay, I'm out there to keep it real. And you know what? I've had people come up to me and say, I had this woman come up to me. I was at Comic-Con, right? The one at the Poughkeepsie Civic Center, right? And this woman came up to me. She's like, listen, I don't own your book, but I know somebody who did, and they lent it to me, and it helped me through a real tough time in my life. Just having someone to relate to, just knowing someone out there had felt the way I was feeling at some point in their life. And that touched me more than anybody who ever bought my book ever, because that person was real, okay? And I always say, this is something I say in all my creative endeavors, right? I try to bring REC, real emotional content, all right? I got that from Bruce Lee. I'm not taking credit for that. He would tell people when he would teach them martial arts, don't try to hit me. Hit me. Use real emotional content. And so I'm trying to hit people in a creative way with real emotional content, right? That's part of Bruce Lee's legacy. That's part of my legacy. And so when that woman came up to me and said, your real emotional content hit me, that means I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? I gave her a copy of my book that day. I was like, here, just take it. Because you know what? She said, and I signed it for her. I said, I hope it is always there for you when you need it. You know what I'm saying? And that's more powerful than any money you can make, than any prizes you get, any awards you get for hitting people in a real way. All right? And like I was saying, there's a lot of fraudulent motherfuckers out there that aren't doing anything like that. They're not trying to do anything except bring people down. They're the haters out there drinking their haterade, eating their hater tots. You know what I'm saying?
Tots.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I never heard of that. I heard that shit.
That's right.
The hater tots.
That's right. Okay.
Let me get that.
The hater tots.
Hater tot.
man.
Drinking haterade, eating hater tots.
That's right. Go back to your corner, drinking your haterade, eating your hater tots,
That's
motherfucker.
right.
Because you know what? I'm not letting that hit me. I'm not gonna let that hit me. I'm gonna come and bring people up. You know, y'all come in my crib here. You're chilling out. You're feeling the vibe just being here.
Yeah.
That's right, right? We talking about Street Fight. We talking about whatever's going.
Popped on Lord of the Rings. Gave me some Danimals.
That's right. We're having a good time.
Literally,
We almost didn't get to do this. Okay.
No, we pushed it back. We was talking.
We had to turn off the Lord of the Rings, and we had to stop both because this wasn't gonna get done. But that's the kind of vibe. That's the kind of energy when people come to see me perform. Pick up one of my books. That's what I'm trying to create. All right. That's why my company is called Transcendental Expressions. So I don't know if you knew that specifically, but it's on my books.
Told me about it a minute
but most people don't even know what the hell Transcendental Expressions. Someone said to me, "Was it dental? What? No." One person said, "Was it transsexual?" No. I was like, "You're not funny."
Nah, bro.
Maybe a little funny, but you're not funny. No, but let me explain to y'all real quick what transcendental means. It's an experience that changes your perception. Right? When someone has
like an epiphany,
sort of, but really even
is
more
it a real
so,
word?
it changes. It's a real word. Yeah, I didn't make that up.
Making sure, guy.
this is a transcendental.
Transcendental. Transcendental. So, it's a long word, it's a big one. But what it means is that you experience something that changes the way you view everything else in a big way. You know what I'm saying? And when I create creative content, I want it to change your perception of how things can be done. You're like, is it an audiobook? No, it's a soundtrack with a book. That's something different. I never heard of that before. It's different. And so I'm trying to do that with everything. You know what I'm saying? You ever see an author that does music and performs live from his book? What? I do that all the time. I grab my guitar. I'll start playing music from my soundtrack right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to just elevate the level of thinking that you can take different parts of your creativity and fuse them together. You know, just the way I do my art. I fuse hand-drawn with graphic art. Call it fusion art. You know what I'm saying? I'm fusing music with words on the page and photography. You know? And I'm a fusion. I'm a fusion of many cultures and ethnicities. So that's everything that I'm about, across the board,
You know who you should talk to on some G shit? 7.
Don't bring that goofy fuck here.
Nah, bro. Nah, because, listen, besides you, I feel like my boy 7, shouts out to my mans, he's probably the most creative nigga when it comes to his mind. When it comes to his mind or whatever. Like, he dead ass, like with all these wires, like, you could take every wire in this crib, right? And he'll make about 20 characters with each and every wire that you have in this crib right now. And different names, different things that they do, all that. Swear to God.
That's cool, man. I respect creativity. I respect creative minds because, you know what? If you aren't creating, what are you doing? Destroying?
Or just being there.
Or just absorbing? Or, you're being a sheeple instead of people?
Right.
Did you ever hear that one? Sheeple?
Sheeple.
Yep. So I'm trying to create. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to.
I feel like 7 should be here for you. Feel me? Have another podcast with him and 7.
To do what, bro?
Have a podcast. Like, come on, be the way.
Smack the shit out of you. What you do? What is it? 2011, my nigga? Like, what is it? You fucking 20 or 2008, bitch?
Nah, bro. I'm just saying. Because on some real G shit, freaking 7 could really speak. And freaking he has his creativity is fire. Like, deadass, not even just for us. Like, if these two were to meet, and just to, like, speak or even become friends, something fire could come out of that. Swear to God.
I'm all about networking, man.
Swear to
He
God.
makes a good point. You never know whose mind, you could create something together, What I started doing, once I figured out how to do this for myself, I started doing this for other people.
Come on, you see that? You see Dar?
I see, dog.
And this is not a small thing. You want to see the 9-foot tall carnage? I'll show you guys on the way out.
And that's what
okay?
I'm saying. Like 7 would probably have a whole bust of nut. You feel me? Looking at that shit, like real G shit.
Yo, shout out to my friend Stevie C in Costa Rica. He's like that, man. He's a creative, like, mind. He sees my stuff. He's like, yo, I'm blown away, but you're inspiring me to do my own shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to do. That's cool, man. He's welcome. Creative minds are always welcome in my space.
You hear me?
You know what I'm saying?
You see, Seven, now you got somebody to talk to. Well, we'll be
You better
speaking
watch
to you
out, 'cause
soon.
That motherfucker can talk.
Nah, he could talk.
He can talk.
Don't get me
Listen,
wrong.
I'm holding down. I'm holding it back. I can talk for hours about what's going on in my mind.
I know,
Y'all
bro.
be like, yo, all right, it's time to go home.
Yeah,
Myael.
gotta get the fuck out of here. Bro
It's time to go home,
Bro
Myael.
called me up yesterday looking for a ride, and he's talking
Who,
about
Seven?
Yeah, and then he's talking about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yo,
type
good
shit.
movie.
I was like, what the fuck? He wasn't even talking about the movie. The bro just likes tigers, bro.
Oh.
No. Listen, this man. I ain't trying to make this podcast about Seven.
I know, bro.
But real G shit, Seven, he's an interesting person. He'll dead ass he looks at life. I wouldn't say in a Shintoism way, but like he looks at life as if he was like an animal.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how he fucks with his elephants and gorillas?
Yeah.
He looks at everybody as a certain animal.
Well, we
You know
are
what I
all
mean?
part animal in some way,
we're
right?
Human. We're human. We're
Right.
mammals. We're mammals.
Yeah.
Human
Bro.
mammals.
You got Werewolf Book 1 here?
Oh, shit.
Right there.
Yo, I collect a lot of things.
Nah, bro, where's the rest of it? There's 5 other books, man.
Yo, I haven't read it yet.
You haven't read it yet?
No,
You better
but
get
I'm
on
gonna get on it. You
That-
see the books around here? I got a
Bro.
long list.
That is my favorite book series, bro. I have
Really?
I have all 6 books, bro. And
What's that
I'm
about?
waiting for the movie Werewolf. Well, not just werewolves, lycanthropes, bro.
Oh, I
Not just
love.
lycanthropes, bro.
I'm a big fan of
Werewolves, mammoths,
you know,
gorillas.
vampires, werewolves, stuff like that. That's why my book is like supernatural stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro.
I'm a big
That's
fan of
bro.
anime and that kind of stuff. Now that you recommended it, I'm gonna boost it ahead of the
swear to
list.
You, bro, that is the bro, right there, bro. Like I don't read a lot of books, but I'm very picky about what I read.
I know. He's a picky guy. So the fact that he remembers these are my books, I appreciate that. He's a picky guy.
I'm a picky guy. But God,
He is, you know.
So it's like, bro, when you fucking got the, I'm like, all right, bro, I fuck with it. All the more reason for you to.
You know,
because bro, I'm not gonna spoil it, yet, bro.
I know,
Don't
because
do that.
this man's curious. I can see it in his mind. Don't spoil it for
Don't do
him.
that.
I'll lend you my shit of his book.
Bless.
You know, remind me when we get back to that.
Honestly, my favorite book, if I'm really thinking about that shit, my favorite book has to be Nights by, it's Night or Nights by Elie Wiesel.
Oh,
You
shit.
remember?
Yo, I do
Night?
know that Night by Eli
Night?
Wiesel.
Yeah, Wiesel.
Yo,
The Jewish
that's
dude.
your favorite book?
Gotta be.
Whoa.
Gotta be.
I forget you read.
That is an intense. That's an intent.
I forget you read, bro.
I read.
He's like, you know how to read?
I'm tired.
Nah, that ain't no bullshit,
Not like-
bro. Bro, because it's like you forced to read in school and shit, bro, and then you get out of school, you don't read. Like I've literally forced myself because I'm writing my own shit. I ain't gonna.
I remember.
But then,
you
you know, I
telling me
told
about
you,
it way
bro.
back.
Yeah, I talked to you about it before.
It takes 6 years sometimes to manifest a full book, but go on.
Don't get me
Man,
started.
Sometimes
Bro,
longer.
I'm saying, so it's like when you fucking. So when I hear that dudes is, so I'm reading. When I hear that my dudes is reading, then I'm like, cause you know I be on my Uncle Ruckus shit. Niggas don't read. But it's like, you know, when I'm like, y'all are reading, I'm like, yes, my
Yes,
fucking
niggas is reading.
read, bro.
Niggas
like,
been reading.
Pick up a
Uncle
book,
Ruckus.
motherfucker.
We just went there.
I'll be
Nah, niggas been reading it. Like, I'm just saying, freaking, you know me. I'll lay back.
Bro, I show
I'll
you,
have a
bro.
joint.
Talk
You
books
feel
with
me?
me, bro. I'm down.
Nah,
bro.
for real. I'll
That's
lay,
good,
I'll
but
have a
yo,
joint, I'll
you picked an
read.
intense book to have it be your favorite, man. I remember that book,
It's my
and and we're talking about remembering details. It's been a long time since I read that book, and I remember the scene where they're in the bunk beds.
Oh, no.
Yo, and I'm remembering, yo,
no.
that is
Hey,
And
intense.
freaking homies pops ended up getting dysentery and shit,
What
bro.
you talking about?
Yo, it's a Holocaust
The
book.
Holocaust book.
Okay, that book is about what it was like to be in a concentration camp.
The author, it's an autobiography.
Yeah, it is
The
intense.
author lived through this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
that book will make you
Everybody-
you talk about you start tearing up into the Lord of the Rings. Forget it when you read that book, okay? That is based on a real person's life sitting there in a concentration camp watching their friends getting crematoried. Okay?
Cremated.
Cremated.
I was
Yeah.
like, what the
Set into a crematory. Cremated, right.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
He lost his whole family.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
was the only one to survive it.
Mother,
And
sister, father.
He got out at
gone.
what, 15, 16?
Yeah. You know, separated from the mom and sister.
What
and,
year?
and-
What year did he get in?
I don't know the years, bro. But
41.
Yeah, it was like.
No. How old was he?
I think he was like 13.
Yeah, he was a kid.
He spent
like
4 years in that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
he was like, yeah, bro.
You know what, bro? He got lucky.
Yeah, he was like 16, 17.
That's-
I mean, he got lucky, but it's like, I mean, you know, how you look
Well,
at it. How you look at it. 4 years.
that
of
he lived through
concentration.
it. Yeah.
I mean, it depends on really how you look at it. Cause that's
And
a
it's so
loaded gun.
crazy because you would think after he escaped, you'd be like, yeah. Nah, that nigga, like, bro, he's fucked. He got fucked. You know, and I'm saying, like, bro, you see, like, they tell you how soldiers pulled up and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was happy for a moment, but, like, the reality hit him. My family's gone. Who the fuck is gonna be?
What's
looking
life
after me
gonna be
anyway?
like at this point, you
what
know?
I'm saying?
17, bro. I know how that feels.
Facts,
Yeah, and it's just
Fuck you reading that shit for, bro?
bro.
it's real, man. That's some real stuff right there.
When did you read that?
I don't even know when
I
I
read
it.
that
Young.
shit about 3 times.
Wow.
When? How old?
First time I read it, I was in 10th grade.
This motherfucker.
Second time I read it, I think I was like 18. And freaking last time I read it, I was freaking 20.
To Kill a Mockingbird, man. I'm just thinking of these.
I can't read that one again. Hobie, what's his name? Black dude didn't do it, bro. What's his name, bro?
Right. The white dude.
I forgot
did.
his name, bro. I forgot man's name. The black dude that got sentenced anyway, bro.
Right.
He ain't do that shit, bro.
He said my hand got thinged in a cotton gin when I was younger. He literally couldn't do it.
Couldn't do
He
shit.
literally could not do it.
Crazy, bro.
Well, listen,
The
man.
man's couldn't do nothing.
I
about
respect
it.
that's a book he pulled out of the hair there. You know, that's
crazy,
intensity.
bro.
And
I like intense books.
and that's I don't like
That's
boring.
the shit
I
that
can't
makes you remember.
exactly. And I don't want to write a boring book. I want to write intensity. I want to write real emotional content. Plug the Bruce Lee, Mad Love Again, because that is what it's about, man. When someone gets up on stage and they do some music that's just, not real, you feeling it? No. You want to feel it. You want to be like, yo, I'm vibing with this person. I'm experiencing it. And I want people to experience my book. I want them to be in that grocery store and be like, oh, shit, the cops just showed up. I better be out. You know what I'm saying? I want them to feel that.
Fuck is they doing there? Fuck is they doing there?
People told me that.
Like,
People told me that Dar, my character, felt so real to them that they thought I was him. Okay, that's how, or I knew him or something. They started seeing people riding on bicycles with a hoodie and freaking out.
So
Okay,
is Dar the main character?
he's the main antagonist.
Okay,
Yes.
Well,
cool,
listen,
cool.
people freak out when they see niggas in hoodies on bikes anyway, bro.
Yeah, but this.
But sometimes the antagonist could be the main character.
Well, you know what? It's split down the middle between him and Michael Magnus, who's the main
bro.
protagonist and
No,
stuff.
I mean, a hero's only as good as its villain, right?
That's true, man. It's like yin and yang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen
tell-
it on the book. I seen the picture on the book. Yeah.
That's right. Because
Uh-huh.
you know what? Like, people always complain about Monday, right? But we wouldn't, and they
actual
love
day.
Friday.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't love Friday unless
If
you
you ain't
had
have Monday.
a Monday, okay? People always complain about bad weather, but you wouldn't enjoy the good days if every day was always good. If everything in life was always perfect, you'd get bored.
Fact.
Right? And I hate to say that the bad things should happen. I'm not really saying that.
Nah,
but
fuck
my
that.
point
Let it
is
happen.
my point is that without the comparison, without the balance, you can't appreciate when something great happens unless you don't always get it.
You know.
Buddhism.
Right? Having
Damn
is
near.
not always as good as wanting. It's not the same. It's not.
I mean, and even then, with bad, it's a rainy day. Somebody could be fucked up about that. You like me, let it fucking come down, or at least be like this, where it looks
I
like
love
it's gonna
rain.
rain, but it ain't gonna.
I got no problem with the rain.
I'm
day,
just saying.
but-
I'm just saying.
I
like,
love
look,
rain.
'cause
But my
some people
point is,
fuck
like,
with Monday.
the cold, the winter, right? Everyone's like, I
Yeah.
hate the winter. But you know what? If we didn't have that comparison,
Summer wouldn't be lit.
wouldn't be as exciting
People
to us.
complain about everything though.
That's
They
true.
complain about winter. They
Yeah.
complain about summer. They complain about spring.
Yeah,
fall,
allergies in the spring,
allergy, you know?
bugs. I know.
You feel me? They
There's
complain
always
about
something to
everything.
complain
You
about.
know what I mean?
You know, but I wake up every day saying, "Wow, I made it another day. That's a blessing." You know, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to ever have the comparison of that. You know what I'm saying? Not waking up that. You know what I'm saying? But it's true though. You got to look at it. You got to look at both sides of the equation.
This
You know?
really is a bachelor pad, bro.
No, yeah, I lived here, man. It's just me solo.
Sure is
Let me tell you, I like it that way.
Sure,
I've had the comparison to that, okay? I've had roommates in the past, man. Every one of them end up owing me money, breaking some shit.
Why you look at me like that, nigga? I never lived with you, nigga.
You never had a fucked up
outta here.
roommate, bro? You
Oh no,
never
I
had
had
that?
fucked up
So
roommates.
what the fuck, bro?
Nah, them niggas stole my money.
Yeah, that's what I'm
My
saying.
roommate stole my shit.
Stuff
bro,
disappear.
Bro,
They
listen.
don't pay rent on time.
Bro, nah, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. And I know this.
Go.
Should I? Yes. Yes.
Wait, you put them on blast?
You know it, bro.
Don't say their
nah,
names.
bro. I ain't saying names, but deadass, they know who the fuck they is.
Yeah.
On some G shit, bro. Stealing my shit. Motherfucking. I had problems with these people. I ended up moving away from the motherfuckers. And then they continue to want to have problems with me, even though I don't fuck with them like that.
Yeah, that's sometimes
Boom,
people
they
don't know how to
house
let
burnt
go.
down.
Karma.
Fucking beautiful.
Karma.
It's fucking beautiful. Bro, listen. When I tell you, bro, mind you, I live down the street from the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I came out, I rolled one up. I called mans.
He's like celebrating.
I called mans.
He's like, pass the beer, man.
I called mans. I let them know.
Throw it up in the
You
air.
feel me?
He's like,
I let them know what was going on.
he's like, yo, this TB hitting.
You feel me? Smoking on 144 North Clinton pack. You know what I'm saying? Real G shit, nigga.
Yo, man.
Nah.
I'm you know, what goes around comes around.
Nah, that's
what
facts.
they say.
Nah, and that's big
And
facts,
I believe
bro.
in that, man. That's why I'm always treating people
shit
good.
Fuck them niggas. I'm sorry.
He still got the anger. That's all right.
I know I ain't supposed to say the N-word. My
All
bad.
right, we already crossed that barrier a long time ago, man. Long time ago, man. It's been.
Oh, yeah, we did. Sorry,
Damn.
bro.
And for those sensitive
It just
viewers,
happens,
it is
bro.
what it is.
I'm trying not to.
You know, for some, it just rolls off the tongue. It's modern language at this point. But anyway,
Yeah.
I feel you. There's a guy out there who owes me about 5G. I'm never seeing him again in life. And if he's
Damn,
watching,
okay.
watch out. No, let me stop.
Pay my mans! Pay mans!
Nah.
Or your house get burns down. No threats. It ain't no, this ain't no
Burns down. It ain't getting burned down. It's getting burns down. It's getting burned. It ain't getting burned down. It's getting
And
burned
that ain't a threat, it's
I
karma.
had to pull that Dave Chappelle. I had to pull that as Dave Chappelle.
It's getting burned.
Stop.
Darknesses.
Oh my God! JR and I used to go up in the clubs, you know, we'd be like dancing in the club. He'd be like, "Darkness is spreading."
Bro, you gotta say that, bro. You see darkness, you gotta see
Oh,
it.
it's just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. So stupid.
My girlfriend hates that shit. I'm like, yo, some niggas is dark. I'm sorry. Bro.
Dark.
Sorry, bro. Dudes is dark. Like, what the fuck?
It's all good, man. We all
Like,
come in
I-
different shades.
like, you know-
You know
I
what?
ain't even that dark, big dog. I don't know what you talking about.
I ain't even that
I
dark.
don't know, bro. I ain't that dark.
No, we gotta get to a point where that doesn't matter at all anymore.
Said the light skin.
You know? No, I'm saying. Jeez, man. Don't be coloring at me, okay? We're all shades
Nah,
of
you
brown,
right,
man.
you right,
You
you
know, I
right.
do portraits of people. We're all shades of brown.
Facts.
No matter. There's no such. I'm gonna write a book. And
Unless you albino.
I mean, even them are not pure. They're not the color of the wall, okay?
That's
The-
some bullshit, you know.
You know what I'm saying? They're not that exact color. Like, ain't
No.
nobody this color either, really, okay?
That's
you-
bullshit,
you be-
bro.
you
I
be
seen,
surprised.
You see people that color?
I seen
Bro,
burnt.
they showed. They'll
crispy,
tell.
bro.
They got it on video. The darkest man and the whitest man in history.
And they look like a
and
piece
both
of paper and
both
the
of them
absence
black.
of light? Okay.
Bro, you think I'm playing with
I believe you. You know, there had to be somebody out there. All right, I believe it. But my point is that it shouldn't matter no more.
right.
You know, we shouldn't be looking at each other like we're like. I don't like going to a place and then looking at me like I'm an alien just because I'm a few shades darker or lighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mixture of everything, man. I am a little bit of course. I'm everything.
Wait, so you Puerto Rican?
A little bit, like a little Spanish in me, a little black in me, a little native in me. I got a little everything, like a little white. Like I'm red all over. You know what I'm saying? So
it's the mutts of mutt.
no, man, I am not a mutt, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm not a mutt. Because a mutt is a dog, and I'm not comparing myself to that. And I don't like that word. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I always tell people never refer to yourself as a mutt. What you are is a fusion, a hybrid of some different cultures, multi-ethnic. But you're not a mutt, because a mutt implies like the lowest form of a dog. When people talk about that, that's like saying, oh, that dog has no value because it's a mixture. And so never call yourself that. If you got, I'm telling this to people out there, never refer to yourself as a mutt. I always tell people, do not do that. You're a beautiful mixture. You're a fusion. You're a collection of different ethnicities. You're a collage, but you're not a mutt. Okay, you're a person. So, and I mean that straight up out of nothing but love.
Yeah.
But people call themselves that, and that hurts me when they do that. You know, you're a collage. You're a painting of different colors and mixtures and expressions infused into a beautiful you. You're not a mutt. You know, when someone says the word mutt, you're talking about a dog. You're not talking about a dog you're holding value, are you?
Oh yeah, my dog's a mutt. It's a mutt. It is what it
Most
is.
of the time,
I love
My
that
dog is literally a
motherfucker.
mutt, bro.
Well, okay, I'm a person. I'm not a mutt, though.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm
People
saying?
you know what I mean?
You know, and
I get it.
You know, and certain words fall out of favor, and that's one I think that should fall out of circulation. You know what I'm saying?
You say hybrid.
I have a question,
it's
big
like,
dog.
I'm gonna make sure.
Bro, you
whatever.
can't say big dog. Who, motherfucker?
You big dog. You're the biggest dog here. Stop playing. How I play up here. But listen. Nah, but listen, bro. Are we? Is the next podcast in Poughkeepsie?
I think.
That's all I need to know. My bad.
Different topic. We just changed up.
No, I
switched
mean,
up.
we do got to wrap it up.
No problem. We can rap.
Cause I need to buy some weed.
Well, he got to take care of his business. That's okay.
I need a cop.
What I like people to just remember, you know, if we're going to close it up, remember about me is that I want to bring real emotional content. I want to bring realism. I want to bring real creativity, positivity to everybody out there. I want people to be a collective of giving, people that aren't taking but giving of themselves. You know what I mean? And if you want to connect with me, you can just find me everywhere. It's Myael, Myael. Even just Google me, you'll find me. You know, there's not a lot of Myaels in the world, thankfully. You know what I'm saying? And Myael Simpkins. And look for my books if you want to have some excitement, some mystery, or some supernatural. Or if you want to like connect with me on an emotional level, the poetry book, or an art level. Soon to come out as my fourth book's going to be a collection of art with music. And you just keep staying tuned for more. I got shows coming up, but this man says by the time you see this, I do regular guitar shows and piano shows and stuff. So just look it up. You'll see me. You'll connect with me. I'm never stopping, so that's okay.
It
doesn't
do
matter
better with that one.
You know, it's all good.
There's people that needs to be put up, like in the show.
Yeah.
Never mind. We'll talk about that later. Facts.
He's like, get on it, man. Get on it now. It's all good. It's not easy when you're doing it all yourself. That's something I can attest to.
I mean, no, he helps out. It's not about not easy. It's like, you know, it
takes time.
It's like, bro, like we literally have 20 episodes in the fucking tank at recording this, and we about to go record another one right after this.
I know, hey, but that's a good
like,
thing,
you know,
man. I
like,
hope it keeps growing for you guys. I appreciate you coming out.
I appreciate you letting us come out
I
here.
was gonna say
You
that.
feel me?
It's like, bro, it's like, you know, I was telling you yesterday, but no, not yesterday at the fucking thing. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta be careful with that shit, bro. You giving out your addresses and shit. I'm gonna keep that. No, ain't nobody gonna say nothing now. But it's like, yo.
Well, you know what, man? It's not like I haven't known you in a minute, and
yeah.
you know we met once before, and you gave me a good vibe. You seem like a real straight up dude. And
It was
at the job fair.
At the telly at the job fair.
Right, the job fair, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
telly.
yeah,
We
gotcha.
did, yeah, exactly, at the Poughkeepsie Grand, and I was like, all right, you know what? After I met him, I was like, he's cool. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this is like my sanctuary. You know what I'm saying in a way. But I give piano lessons here. I do music production here, so people come in. But still, I'm making sure it's good people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have any roommates that owe me lots of. No, I'm just messing. I just went back there. I just go back there.
Said 5,000, my nigga. Give him his money. Give him his money.
What the fuck happened? 5,000.
Yo, man, he didn't pay his out of the rent. I helped him out because he was. Okay, we were working at the same job. At first I was getting a rise here. He wasn't giving me no money for that, whatever. But then I helped him get a car, and then a cheap one, like like $1,000 or whatever. We're not talking like $20,000 car. It was like BS stuff, but it ran right. But somehow he
took you out to dinner.
Nah, man.
You brought him the whip, man.
Yo, here's the deal. The car didn't have oil. Or whatever he bought, whatever I lent him the money to get it, and he didn't put any oil in it, and the engine seized up and died. So then then we tried to get it fixed, so we didn't know what the problem was. Another couple hundred, almost 1,000 for that. Then we tried a second time, which I should have never done that one.
Yeah, fuck
and
that.
then he crashed that shit into a rock wall within a week. And
Drinking, driving?
No, sober and dumb. But anyway, so that's 2 whips. And back rent adds up to $5G. Okay, so there you go.
Give my man his money. I don't know who you is, but give him his money.
So he ran into a fucking boat the side of a mountain?
No, it was like, how people have little small rocks about this tall, like stone wall in front of their property.
Yeah.
It was a little bit rainy. He wasn't a good driver. Boom, totaled it. Done. 2,200. Flush.
I want to talk
and
about...
then he got fired and disappeared, and I ain't seen him since. And that was, I don't know what year that was. 2000.
He miles that thing.
I'm never gonna see that guy again. It was like 2003, 2004, something like that. It was a long time ago. You know, he said, if you ever make it big, just forgive the money. And that's what he said.
He said that? Forgive the money?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Go fuck
He
yourself.
said forgive the money?
Forget $5. I could forgive
about
$20. $20, whatever. $5K.
Yeah, when you get famous, forget the money?
Bro.
Forget the money I owe you, yeah.
Fuck that.
Yo, but when his house burned, we gonna celebrate.
I'm down with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm just teasing about that shit.
Or is he?
Yo, JR, if you're watching, let's get the bat.
Bring Dar.
Yo.
Karate, bro. Watch out, man.
Yo, I'm not even gonna tell JR's story, but let's just say it involved the bad news. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
Thank
yo,
you very much for
yo,
watching.
it's been a pleasure. These are good
Myael,
gentlemen. If they invite you on this show, you should do it because we had a good time.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much, bro. I
course, bro.
appreciate you. Isaac, I appreciate you, man. Yo, man, it's good
time.
We're gonna have a
Fuck you,
few
you was
street.
talking shit for not being able to
We're gonna have a few Street Fighter matches.
Oh,
after
yeah,
the
that's what I was
video.
about to say. That's another thing, son. All right, I was like, until you explained yourself. I was sitting there
Well,
like,
fuck that.
why didn't I, son? I don't care, bro. I don't care what you got to say.
I
Because
know
that
you
ass,
do.
I'm
You
about to,
never do.
because
You
that
never do.
ass,
Go fuck yourself.
nah, because that ass, every time he sets up a podcast, it's with somebody where I can't be able to smoke. And that's my signature. I understand gets you sick. It's understandable.
I got
Nah.
bad
You
allergies,
feel me?
man.
It's
so-
understandable. But you know what I'm saying? I'll be
I
like,
didn't say you couldn't gummy. Okay, no one didn't say you couldn't do that.
it's edibles. I can't say even edibles. I understand.
Yeah,
I mean,
man,
I understand.
yo,
I understand.
ain't judging that at
You
all.
feel me?
There's no smoke in the air. You having a good time.
You
No
fuck with
judging.
gummies?
Once in the blue. I gotta keep on my creative shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Don't get him started on that.
But what I'm saying is like, yo, man, there's alternatives.
Oh yeah, always.
Anyway,
Jack off right quick, you know.
where we going? Why you going there, man?
because he got issues.
Yo,
He got some
I'm gonna call Jonah
issues.
Murphy up in this shit.
Whoa. No. We're done here. Thank
All
you
right.
very much for
Yo,
watching.
have a good one,
plug your
everybody. Peace and
location. You
love.
already gave your
Peace
location.
and love. Transcendental expressions.
Yo, you already plugged your IG and shit?
No, I didn't plug my IG. That's all right.
You
man.
right?
Oh, just look up Myael, Myael Simpkins. That's my IG, my Snap, Twitter. You can find me all over. Just Google me, Myael Simpkins. I'm all over the internet.
Alright.
That's where you gotta be in order to be, reaching people. That's what it's about.
Alright, we out now.
All right. Peace.
beautiful.
And it feels like you have it all. 'Cause I'm lost.